Welcome to our judges. We'll have just one judge missing. The reason, a very obvious reason, is a conflict of interest. So Murillo Kamar is not judging this class. En accord avec le règlement et pour cause de conflit d'intérêts, l'ensemble du jury est présent pour cette première épreuve des championnats du monde, sauf M. Murillo Kamar du Brésil, qui a soit élevé, a été propriétaire peut-être d'un des poulains présentés. Donc en cas de conflit d'intérêts, bien sûr, le juge est retiré du jury. C'est tout à fait normal. Les pouliches vont entrer dans l'ordre du programme. Fillies will enter in catalog order for this championships.
Here they come, ladies and gentlemen, your contestants for the Yearling World Championship Fillies. Roy, that's AJ Samara.
That is. She's a winner, Section A, on Friday afternoon, the first class in.
She's by AJ Moran out of Sama AM, owned and bred by Ajman Stud.
Again, the pattern is different today. They went clockwise using the whole entire arena with the judges in the middle in their qualifying heats in each class. Now the judges on each side, and they have to trot down the middle, circle at the far end, and go right back out the outgate. Comparative today, no scorecards today. That was the qualifying heats. Again, back through the judges. 4 judges on each side on the red carpet. Horse and handler as straight as they can down the middle.
Beautiful, beautiful pass by the young bay filly.
Greg, you've judged all over the world. Have you used a format such as this that we see here in Paris?
This is pretty fabulous. The hair on my neck would be up. I'm already over here with goosebumps. I'm just taken away by the drama and the excitement. I'm just enjoying. Sit back and let everybody enjoy her.
Second filly in. Once again, the top 4 fillies in Section A and Section B automatically qualify for today. And then the next 2 highest scores gives us 10 fillies eligible to show back in the championship.
Alexandria NWA as she proceeds down the center ring. She's full of herself as well.
Tom Oben on the lead.
The drama of these young fillies going through this carpet and this entrance is, you know, breathtaking with an orchestra in behind. Duar Al-Sayed, Alexander out of Delight Diva. Al-Sayed stud owned and bred by. At the lead, Arthur Nascimento from Argentina.
It is a worldwide fair. Already a German handler, a Belgian handler, an Argentinian handler.
He is the head trainer at Haras Mayed in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The stud that the lead Hertz-sired is, of course, Magnum Psyche, and owned by the great Fernando Santabanes.
Fernando San Joaquin here representing the farm this week at the Salon du Cheval.
What they're trying to do is they're really trying to convince the judges with every little nuance the energy, the excitement, a look, a tail up over the back to steal the heart for a moment from one of the judges so they can be the world champion.
There's an import for the United States, SS Labello. Second place in Section A on Friday afternoon to AJ Samara, Frank Spoonlace filly.
Also silver in Aachen, I believe, or Mentone.
Yes, no, Aachen as well, you're right. She's had a nice show career. Philip Jose on the lead, done a fine job. Sharp dressing, professional handler. You're watching us on ArabianEssence.tv. We're online. There's scores and results will be next to the feed. We're brought to you by Al's Shake Stud this week. Come join us. 8 o'clock in Sydney, Australia. 6 p.m. in Beijing. And it is a little after 10 a.m. in Paris at the Salon de Cheval, World Championship for Arabian Horse.
Tom Chokins on the lead of this beautiful, beautiful gray filly. She's number 15. They show AV Purple Rain by Shiraz de la Fon out of AV Dancing Rain. Owned by Ben Hamilia Stud and bred by AV Arabians of the United Kingdom. Tom Chokins in center ring right now, showing her off.
A lot of tail carriage on that young filly. Feeling good. Fillies and Mares got a day off, Greg. Colts and Stallions just finished up yesterday afternoon. The Fillies and Mares had Friday to show and Saturday to rest for today's championships and Sunday morning in Paris.
Isra A.H. enters the ring. She's about world champion Wadi Al-Shakab out of Zred Trizima.
She was third place in Section B on Friday afternoon with a 92.08, being led by Giacomo Capacci from Italy.
That's Isra A.H. And she's owned by El Arasaya Stud of Bahrain and out of bred by Bazul Saad of Israel. And the one thing that sticks out here is how hard Giacomo Capacci tries and presents his horses. Do you ever think, Rory, when he pulls into the drive-through at the Starbucks and he's in the tuxedo, whether they're wondering where he's going at 8:30 in the morning?
Either an undertaker or her Arabian horse trainer.
Yet.
That's right, or he's been up all night. There's a real fun filly. She was second place in Section B with a 92.58.
She was promoted as the sleeper, the secret filly. She's owned by El Sheikh Stud now. Bred by Dr. Ewan Alexandria of Hodgsman of the USA. By AJ Portofino out of Ave Maria. Al-Gamra. Beautiful filly. I don't know what she'll do here today, but she will have a bright future with Raphael on the lead. He loves her, you can tell. He believes in her. This is a beautiful, beautiful young filly from America. And she's on her game this morning. We'll see what happens, but what a future this one has.
She had a big stand-up in her in the individual presentation, the qualifying heats. Let's see what she brings to the party this afternoon.
A Bellissima. She is beautiful filly, and she comes from Poland for us, the chestnut. Bred and owned by Michał. She's by Ascot DD out of Eucalyptica, which is obviously a eucalyptus daughter, I would imagine, the E-line.
Peter Dwojek from Poland. Handler, quite a worldwide affair, handlers and horses. That is why we're in Paris at the World Championships.
You know, the curious thing, Rory, several horses from America, the U.S., not one handler.
Not yet.
Not one handler here. Maybe they can't run as well as some of these guys.
Last year we had Ted Carson bring a team of horses, 2 nice fillies that placed well, and one of them, the 2-year-old filly, Gracious Beloved Lady, the former U.S. National Champion filly, was one of the highest moving scored horses here. So we're capable. We breed great horses.
Yeah, Pat Dempsey brought 2 beautiful, a nice group of horses, and held their own, did really well here. And Ted Carson, of course, great handler from America.
There's the Titan filly, Silhouette AS with Glenn Shulkins. 10 fillies are eligible to come back for the championship. Top 4 in each heat of the 2 heats, Section A and B automatically in, and then the next 2 highest scores. That'll give us 10 fillies vying for bronze, silver, and the prestigious gold world championship.
This is a Titan daughter.
That's correct.
Out of Serena AS.
Bred in Mexico, Arabian Soul Partners.
Now owned by Seahorse BVBA.
Belgium.
Knock Arabians.
She was silver in Mentone. On the beach.
Did she sell at the...
They had an auction 2 years ago at the farm, STC auction right after the Aachen All Nations Cup. She was the second highest seller. She was 8 months old going across the stage in front of 700 people.
Well, a lot of credit to the guys for putting her through an auction and she ends up being as successful as she is. It says a lot about their auction quality horses.
And this filly in the ring with Paolo Capecci was winner of Section B with a score of 93.08 on Friday. Winner of Section B.
Di Shinalha. Shinalha.
Purple Brother, I believe, is in the competition later today.
It's one of those beautiful F.A.L. Rashim children, offspring, out of the great Di Shahala.
Second generation of their breeding program. The Middle Eastern breeders.
Dubai Arabian Stud owns and bred.
Stud farms are really proud breeders now. They're now in their 2nd, 3rd, some of them 4th generation, breeding some of the world's best horses. I love that electronic scoreboard, the LED board that goes around an arena. I feel like we're at the World Cup soccer matches here. She is finishing her individual presentation, trotting between the groups of judges, groups of 4 on each side of the red carpets. They will all show individually here their trot and their movement, Arabian type, and then come back in as a group and stand, Greg, comparative, and the judges will have an opportunity to walk around and compare each and every one of them.
For this first phase of the filly championship, fillies will be back with us again in countdown order, and they will line up. 7 minutes for the judges' evaluation.
So if I'm judging there right now, like these guys are doing, what I'm thinking to myself is, who do I like? I'm kind of squaring up my class, knowing what I saw the other day, now looking at the movement score, who's on their game, and who I'm sort of leaning to, and then I'll recheck what I'm thinking when they begin to stand up and profile. Look for leg issues, how big's their eye, how good is their ears, what do their back legs look like, what do their front legs look like, are they short backed, long backed, is their shoulder a 45 where it needs to be, do they have a nice wither so later I can put a saddle on them. All those things I'm going to look at very quickly, and particularly with the horses that are already my favorite. They're coming back now, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy as the yearling fillies begin to stand up and finally vie for the World Championship titles.
So Greg, I have a question, judge's perspective. I'm just your run-of-the-mill halter handler. You loved a filly or a colt the previous day in the qualifying heats, and maybe they're a little tired, a little flat for the championship, but you still love the horse. Is it still at the top of your card? Or would they have an opportunity to somebody else leapfrog past them? Maybe it just has a great day and just looks better or more driven on Championship Sunday.
Well, I'd like to believe that I evaluate the horse on all phases. Here I'm looking at the horse. Do I really need this hard stand-up? to evaluate the horse. But like movie stars, like weightlifting competitions, like model competitions, these beautiful animals, there's not a lot of distance between first and 10th. And the horse that locks in with its body, looks down the road, tightens its throat, tightens its ears, and gives you everything, takes your emotion. You don't even realize they're taking it, but they're selling it to you, and you're buying the beauty. Do you like Sophia Loren when she gets out of bed with her curlers on, or when she's got all her jewelry and makeup and she's posed?
I think what you're saying is, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Let's see what this one's going to do for us lately.
Do you just need a glimpse, or do they need to perform the whole entire championship as a star?
If you're my winner, in my heart, you need to sell me a little bit, but I'm not going to tire you out and stare at you, nor am I going to telegraph to the other judges.
You're not going to allow your best horse to get beat by just staring at it and ignoring the rest of the class, and then seeing moments where it isn't brilliant. Because they're not machines. They can't be brilliant the whole entire class, can they?
No, they're living creatures that try really hard, and these are babies. I mean, look at this, you guys. Everybody around the world. These horses are trying their hearts out with ears up. They're babies. They were shown it 2 days ago, and they're trying it really hard here.
Look at the distractions, Greg, with the poles, the carpet, the judges, the photographers.
And the poise and the dignity the handlers are presenting their horses with. I take my hat off to them. They're quiet. They're poised in there, standing there with those horses, hitting their poses.
So, Greg, it looks like the judges are beginning with the first horse out in the ring, and then they're judging as a group for the most part. Some walk quicker than other judges, but they're trying to judge 1.5 horses at a time, and then allow the rest of them to rest or prepare. As the group moves down the line, they're relatively together. There's a couple on the next horse and a few finishing the previous horse, but they're essentially together. Now let's see what they do. Once they view them all one pass, do they break off in separate groups, or do they continue to stay together?
You know, they'll break off, or someone will be done. When I judge, I'm done. I'm usually the first guy that turns in my card, not because I've just made up my mind and don't want to talk myself out of it. One of the things that a good judge can do sometimes is convince himself, try too hard and overthink it. So if you like it, if you love it, it's your style of horse, and it's day, pick it, turn your card in. And it's less pressure on the horses. They're done. You're not staring at them for an hour and a half. You can hear the cheering in the background as the judges look at certain horses. The dark horse looks like she's kind of got a little group that's loving her, and the judges are walking around. Once in a while, if the crowd gets behind one that's doing its job, the judges can get swayed a little bit, get in the middle of that, and let the emotion take them away, and they'll pin that horse because that horse jumps up and wins it. They were sort of all over Algamra a minute ago, and you could hear the crowd.
Well, she's locked into a very, very, very strong pose. It's elegant. It's beautiful. Again, we have different views, so she's perpendicular to us right now, so we have a nice angle of her. Others may be giving the same hard stand-up or beautiful pose, elegance. We're seeing either the hind end or the straight-on view.
And Rory and I both know the breeders of this beautiful yearling filly, and we're very proud. We're happy for them. I'm sure they're watching, and I couldn't be prouder for the Hodgsmans on this particular foal.
Greg, that's a significant achievement for any breeder that breeds 1 to 2 horses a year, small breeders, and have your resulting dreams showing for the championship in Paris. So they're going against some breeders that are breeding 40, 50, 60 babies a year, attempting to have an entry in the Paris World Championships. Significant accomplishment. We salute those small breeders. Some of the greatest horses in the world come from the small breeders, Greg.
And think about the psychology here. They've watched these horses move a lot, and they came in and they moved. And they don't spend a long time dwelling on winning or losing when they're scoring them in the prelims. But now they're examining these pieces and how they come together and how it flows. And you can see them start to get swayed and start to change and look for things they didn't watch in the motion part of this presentation. So that's why this thing changes sometimes.
And they're all in together. One you may love earlier in the week now stands 2 horses away from one that now is piquing your interest.
Very good point, and
they're doing that. The judges now have broken off. They're in different directions, so every handler is man for themselves right now. Representing their horse. You don't know if the judge is 5 horses away, but still comparing you to the horse right in front of them. Your head is on a swivel while you're still trying to focus on a nice presentation of your filly. But the judges are anywhere and everywhere. Everything's in game right now for the next few minutes.
It looked like a lot of the judges, Rory, have already turned in their cards.
All right.
Just sort of the last moment. Look at the eye casing from behind on this filly. Gigantic.
I see 2 more judges still doing a little last bit of notes.
Again, anybody can win. This has nothing to do with the prelims other than the qualification in the prelims to get here. This is anybody's ribbon to have. So it's wide open. I think that makes it interesting at this level.
Still 2 judges judging. 6 have either turned in their card or are handed in their card at this moment. What a group of gorgeous 10 yearling Arabian fillies here vying for the World Championship. You're watching on ArabianEssence.tv, brought to you by Al Sheikh Stud. The results will be coming back shortly.
Well, looks like the cards are all in. The guys are relaxing. What a face, huh? What a face.
One after another, Greg.
Yep.
What a tough decision. I know it's cliche, but these judges, all 8 of them.
They're being released to the warm-up ring. The cards will be tabulated and we'll have the results just a moment. Our world champion, our gold, silver, and bronze. These will become famous horses in about 10 minutes.
This program is offered by
Rory? You got
There we go.
You got a guess? Or are you just going to let it happen?
I'm going to let it happen because I enjoyed every one of those fillies and I take any one of them home. 10 beautiful fillies vying for the World Championship.
I have an idea, but I'm not going to say because I don't want to be wrong.
We don't have the results yet, so we're sitting with you, anticipating where we go.
Yearling filly, AJ Samara. Number 3 of your catalog for the Stud. C'est Samarra qui remporte ce championnat du monde 2018 dans la catégorie des yearling femelles. Samarra représente les Émirats Arabes Unis et la propriété d'Arabian Stud. Le voici qui se présente. Here comes our gold medalist at the end gate.
World champion gold medalist AJ Samarra, owned by Ajman Stud, bred by Ajman Stud. Frank Spoonley on the lead by AJ Madrin out of Sama. Congratulations, Ajman Stud, Samarra, and Frank Spoonley.
Representing the Arabian horse stud,
So these went down, the first two went down on the winners of each section. Didn't change much. She's the champion of Section A, and I believe the horse coming next that just went silver, it was the champion of Section B. Well, you can see Alicia is very, very happy. There's the classic saddle from the King of Amman. Those are neat saddles. We see them at our show in Las Vegas. You're watching on ArabianEssence.tv, brought to you by Al Sheikh Stud. Al Sheikh Stud, sorry.
Médaille de bronze pour le Bahreïn et Al Stade Islam.
There's your silver. Like I said, she won her section as well. So the first two winners of their sections went down as champion and gold and silver. This is D Shahana by F.A. El Rashim out of D Shala, owned and bred by Dubai Arabian Stud of the Emirates. And here's your third, number 16. This is your bronze with Giacomo Capaci at the lead. He sold out today. He made that happen. That's Isra A.H. Beautiful Wadi El Shakab filly out of Zarad Dreams, owned by El Arazia Stud of Bahrain and bred by Basol Said in Israel. Giacomo Capaci on the lead. I thought he did a very, very beautiful job of presenting his horse at the trot down those red carpets. He jumped up, made himself stand out amongst a group, and he's now the bronze. So there's your gold, there's your silver, there's your bronze. Everybody congratulating everybody. Sheikh Amar is standing next to his beautiful filly that he bred. There you have it. And of course, Sheikh Amar right there, the breeder and owner of the filly, and not his first rodeo. Rory O'Neill is working to try to get a little one-on-one with Frank and the Sheikh. And Samara, she'll talk to him, just sort of get the feel at this moment. See if we can get down there.
Sa Majesté, le roi Mohamed VI, et les haras royaux du Maroc.
Beautiful trophies, as it should be here at the World Championships. Frank Spoonley putting on one of those rare smiles of his. That's a difficult team, a great team. It's hard to beat.
We're now with our silver medal. Notre médaille d'argent récompensée avec toute l'équipe de Dubai Arabian Horse Stud, notamment Mohamed El-Tawhidi, Abdelaziz, qui est à côté de la pouliche, félicité par Jean-Luc Poulin tout d'abord.
We have not seen the cards, how they were placed. Hopefully they'll get them to us. I see the total score. I don't know how they broke them up or gave the score, but the gold was, of course, AJ Samar. She had 19 total. Di Shanaha was 11, and Ismar was 7. Al Gamra sat third with 6, and she was tied with Dura Al Syed was 6th as well, points. I don't know how they distribute or come to those numbers, but there's your order. Gold, silver, bronze. And like I said, the winners of the divisions of the cuts ended up being gold and silver.
Bronze medal for Bahrain at Al-Rasiyah Stade.
Rory's back in the booth. He did not get access to Frank. Well, maybe we'll catch him later. Rory, do you have any idea how they score those totals and what that means, that number 19 for the champion, and how they come up with that number?
They do. I believe you get 4 first place vote, or 4 points for each first place vote. We went down to interview the winner, and they're all just so excited and shy that it was a swing and a miss, Greg.
Well, you know, they're a little preoccupied.
In America, you got to beat the trainer away from the microphone. In Europe and the Middle East,
A little more.
you got layers of staff that would prefer, let's do it some other time.
There's Giacomo, happy. He's been in that winner's circle a bunch in his life. Good job. Good job, all handlers. You presented your horses with, as I like to say, dignity and sportsmanship.
Each judge that uses a horse gold, first place, their point total results in 4 points. A silver medal vote is 2 points, and a bronze medal vote is 1 point. So 4, 2, and 1.
And we really don't know, because 4 first would be 16 points, and then whatever to get 19 points. So we don't know how that really broke down. We just know that, you know, he had quite a bit of difference between the first and second place horse, the gold and the silver. I mean, it's 8 points, 8 points.
So a perfect score, a unanimous vote would be 32
8
points.
times 4 is 32.
32. But he wins by 8 points with the 19 points versus 11 for Dishanan, and then 7 for our bronze, Isra AH. Boy, they're impressive up close down there. We'll try again to get interviews after each class.
This, so these horses, these are the top 10s, I imagine.
That is correct.
Nice to be there.
Significant accomplishment just to be top 10 world filly. Then again, we're celebrating the bronze, the silver, and then the gold.
Silhouette for Belgium, Seahorse, BBVA, and Arabians associated on this lovely Titan filly, the daughter of Marwan Al-Shahab. Congratulations to all the breeders, handlers, and owners of those lovely yearlings.
We'll move on to the colts, won't we, Rory? Junior colts will be next. Is that correct?
We're actually going to stay female for a little while.
All right.
So we'll run through the 3 female championships and then move over to the yearling colts after all the females. But the next up is the best breeder in the world championship award. And then we'll have the junior females in right after that.
Et voici la lauréate, la gagnante. And here's the winner, الفائزة الأولى من مربط عجمان الإمارات العربية المتحدة، الفائزة AJ Samara.
And finally, our world champion yearling filly, the gold medal winner, AJ Samara from Ajman Stud. Bred her father, they bred her. Congratulations, I'm shown by Frank Sponley. You're watching ArabianEssence.tv, brought to you by Al Sheikh Stud in Paris at the Salon du Cheval 2018 Championships.
Pas seulement sur ce championnat, mais sur l'ensemble de la saison. Alors que AJ Samar dans le guide et fait connaissance avec le public, nous voudrions appeler M. Mansour Al-Mazrouri. Al-Mazrouri Stud will be sponsoring this special trophy for the best breeder in the World Championship.